So this question says, a school ordered 200 bag lunches from a catering company for $1,090. Each box lunch costs the same amount. Write an equation that represents the proportional relationship between y, the total cost of the box lunches, and x, the number of box lunches. So they're asking us to actually write an equation that represents a proportional relationship. So when they're asking us to write an equation that represents a proportional relationship, we need to know that the form for that equation is y equals k times x. And remember that y here is talking about the total cost, mark that here. So it's talking about the total cost of the box lunches, okay? So y is total cost, and x is talking about the number of box lunches. K is what we call the constant of proportionality, also known as our unit rate. So K is the unit rate, which we also call the constant of proportionality. That's a big word. I'm gonna put constant of proportionality. I'll try and fit it. Proportionality. And the variable K. And we also find it by using the y over x test. So y over x test is how we find the constant of proportionality. So the question is, what exactly is our y in order to do this, and what is our x in order to do this? Well, let me also write it over here. We're gonna do the y over x test, which means simply that we're dividing our y value by our x value. Now, they told us in the problem that y is talking about the total cost of the box lunches. Did they tell us what that value actually was in the problem? Well, yeah, the total cost was $1,090. So that is our y value, because that is telling us y, the total cost of box lunches, and that was $1,090, which will represent y. So y is talking about total cost of lunches over, and by the way, remember that's 1,090, okay, over x, let me change the color here, over x, which is telling us the number of box lunches. So x is talking about, let me also change the color here, x, which is telling us the number of lunches. Doesn't matter if it's boxed or bagged, it means the same thing really in this problem. But 1,090 divided by, well, did they give us the number of lunches that were bought for $1,090? They sure did. They told us it was 200 of them. So 200 is the number of bagged lunches, which is our x. So we're going to divide 1,090 divided by 200. And that will give us the cost of lunches for every one lunch. And that, again, is our unit rate, which is our constant of proportionality. I know it's annoying because there's a lot of ways to say the same thing. So let's do that math. You can use your calculator for it. It's 1,090 divided by 200, and that will give us 5.45. And what does that mean? This means that it is $5.45 for every one lunch. Okay? But remember that they're not asking us for just this. We need that in order to write the equation, because the equation is y equals kx. So if we know that this is equal to k, now instead of writing, change colors again, instead of writing, I'll write it over here, y equals kx, I can take this k out, put the value in, and write it like this. Y equals 5.45x. And so this here is the final answer. Y equals 5.45x, which means that the cost for every single lunch is $5.45. And if you think about what the equation means, it will make sense because $5.45 times the number of lunches will give you the total cost of those lunches.